In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Bowser from the Super Mario movies. I'm using saracino modelling paste and starting with an oval shape for the body, I'm just going to add a little bit of texturing using the Marvelous Molds texture mat. So rolling a sausage, I'm just going to shape one of the legs. So I'm shaping between my fingers to get the correct foot shape, and then just rolling on the back to get like the back of the knee shaped in. Now with the dressing tool, I'm just adding a little bit more definition. So just angling the top a little bit so it'll fit snug against the body, and then adding a bit of texturing and adding the detail for the feet. So using a lolly stick, I'm just supporting the legs so that when it's inserted into the body, it's going to be able to stand on its own. Now I'll just blend and smooth those legs to the body. To make the tail, I'm shaping some paste into a cone shape and then inserting a stick for support. Adding some texturing and then just place it into the body, and then attaching it to the body by blending and smoothing. For the arms, I'm using the same amount of paste that I used for the legs, forming a similar shape. So this first arm, I'm just going to bend at the elbow slightly and then making 3 cuts to cut out the fingers. Just shaping each one, rolling between my fingers and making sure they're nice and smooth and round. I'm creating a little hole at the end of each finger so that his claws can sit in later. And now just forming a little bit more definition, adding a bit more shape and smoothing everything over. So I'll attach the arms in the same way as the legs, adding a support, but this time a cocktail stick, and then just blending the joins and smoothing out any creases. I want this arm to be raised, so I'm just going to feed it into the body at a different angle, and I'm just using a cocktail stick first to create the hole. This will stop the stick pushing through the fingers. So I'm just creating the patch for the front of his body. So rolling an oval shape using my palette knife to mark out the lines, and then making those deeper by running the sharp end of the Dresden tool down them. Now, just to add a bit more definition to the sides, I'm using the Dresden tool just to push in into those lines. I'm using an oval shape of green paste to form his head. So I'm just texturing it with a little bit of non-slip matting just to add some kind of texture in there. And now just cutting the mouth. I'm just going to tease that open, so pressing and pinching until I'm happy with that shape. And then just defining the eye section a little bit more. I'm adding a thin piece of red paste into the mouth, then just pushing that into position. Just creating some holes for the teeth to be added later. And I'm just shaping and forming a tongue, and then just adding that into the mouth. I'm creating eye sockets now using a small ball tool, and then just filling them in with a small ball of white paste, adding a small ball of red paste on top, and then a tiny ball of black, and then just pressing it down with the ball tool. So I'm just adding a little extra paste between the eyes there, and then a small slither of green paste under the eyes, and then I'll just smooth that into place. So just adding some red strands of paste over the eye, so 2 strands per eye, and then just forming in a little bit of detail. So for the teeth, I'm just rolling small cones of white paste. So these are really tiny and it's really tricky to get them in place. If you can't do it, then swap to a cocktail stick, because that will help you handle the paste easier. So to finish off the detail on his mouth, I'm rolling a sausage of ivory coloured paste. So I'm just rolling it slightly thinner each side of the centre, and then just placing it into position. So I'm just going to trim away some of the paste here because there's a little bit too much, and I still need to add a centre piece on the top section of that mouth. Now I'm just creating a little bit more shape around the bottom and in the centre. So with this top piece now, adding a little bit of detail, popping it into the middle, and then just defining that detail a little bit more, and then finally adding a little nose, and then I'm just going to create 2 little nostrils. To make his collar, I have a strip of black paste and I'm just adding some little silver studs to it, and then we'll just attach that around his neck, allowing the join to be under so it's less visible. I will add 2 of these straps to each arm. So I'm just forming his shell now. So I have a tool that has a nice straight edge on the end. It's a nice soft tool, and I'm just pressing in the detail, and I'll just continue the pattern all the way over the shell. To make the spikes for the back of the shell, I've got some red balls of paste and I'm just flattening out each one and then just pressing a ball tool in to create a space for each spike. I'm rolling a sausage of ivory coloured paste and then fit that all the way around the shell and then just tease it into position. And now I'm just going to add those spikes, so straight down the middle. I'm going to add 4 there and 3 to each side. I'd made an extra 2 of these for the side of the head, but the spikes are not long enough, so I'm just replacing them with a slightly longer and thinner spike and then just curving it and then pop that in place. I'm creating these hair strands now, so just rolling cone shapes and then using the Dresden tool to add some strands into them and then just popping them in place. I'm making 6 of these all together. Finally, I'm going to finish this model by adding some little claws to his feet and his fingers. I hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can see more videos like this. And if there's anything you'd like to see me create in the future, please add your suggestions in the comments below.